Actually, I saw Waiting for Godot, and I don't remember such excitement, or I certainly don't remember the dramatic exit of any member on the stage, and certainly not with the words.
The motion, please.
Well, it's in relation to the motion, and certainly not with the words, "I'm leaving now because I didn't hear what I was what I was expecting to hear." Notwithstanding that the deputy said she knew exactly what we were all going to say. So on every level, I have to say it's really very dramatic. In relation to water, I welcome this motion. I proudly put my name to that motion. It's not just a Sinn Féin motion, it's a motion of many of the deputies in the chamber, reflecting the will of the electorate, and the electorate that put us in here on the promise that we would abolish water charges, not because we don't want to conserve water, and unfortunately the Minister has left, and I know he's busy, but he has made this point repeatedly, that we need to pay in order to conserve, and I fundamentally reject that. And I reject it not just from an ideological position, but I reject it from my experience in Galway City. And I've mentioned it before in this chamber, where we led the country on recycling rates and showed how it was done. And that mantra was repeated to us from various city managers and from Fine Gael and Fianna Fáil, that people had to pay in order to show them how to conserve. And we proved that for the fallacy that it was, and in a pilot project we reached 70% recycling rates over a 6-week period. Similarly, in relation to water, I am proudly green, if I might put it like that in this chamber, and proudly on the left, and I believe in conserving water. But I believe in the goodness of people who want to conserve, and they do not need to be punished in order to do that. I also believe that we pay taxes proudly, and knocking on doors, and again I have said this many times, I was never asked once to reduce taxes. And actually, I promised nobody that I would be a voice for reducing taxes. And what people asked me was to have services in return. And the basis of any civilised society are essential services, and water being the first one, for which we must pay and which we do through our taxes. And the next course is health, and then we have housing and education. So I take exception to the level of debate from Deputy Cowan, and unfortunately he is not here, when he talks about the convoluted decision of the people. It wasn't convoluted. They didn't believe Fianna Fáil, they didn't believe Fine Gael, and they gave neither of you a majority. And that's why they put us, a selection of people, into the Dáil to stand proudly for them and to say, yes, we want to pay taxes and we want basic services in return. So I proudly support this motion, and also the motion that will be coming for Independence for Change to amend the Constitution to prevent any privatisation of our basic services.